It is rivalry night in the nation's heartland, the 8th all-time installment of the Battle of the Belt as Union Omaha welcomes Greenville Triumph, two historic clubs. You can't write the book on this league without mentioning these two first page. The home side rocking some local youth kits and warm-ups. They are ready for action. Should be a fun one on ESPN+. Let's take a look at the USL League One standings to this point. These two clubs always near the top of the tables. Not today. First ever meeting between these two with both squads below the playoff line. And it took until the 8th matchup for that to happen. You see Greenville Triumph in the 7th spot, Union Omaha 9, but Los Bujos 2 games in hand compared to their opponents. And starting with the home side, how about Rashid Nuhu? He has just picked up where he left off. One of the best keepers in league history, the reigning goalkeeper of the year, 2-time Gold Glove winner, just adding to his clean sheet total of 28 in his career. He has 3 clean sheets this season. And take a look at this. He did this last weekend in stoppage time to preserve a 3-3 draw and secure a point for Union Omaha in Chattanooga. On the flip side, for the visitors tonight, Lucas Coutinho having a tremendous start to this season. Second-year man with his club. He has recorded a goal contribution in 3 consecutive matches. And you see his numbers this year, 4 goals and 2 assists. He had just 1 goal and 1 assist in the entirety of last season. So he has really elevated his game for John Hart's squad, and the results have shown at times for this team, although they are looking to bounce back after a loss last week against Knoxville. Well, it is always a fun night when these two teams square off, 2 of the top clubs in USL League One history. Omaha Parliament, they're ready for action, as are we. Lineups and kickoff coming up next on ESPN+.
Bags are packed, are you ready to go? This time tomorrow we'll be on the road, riding with you in the sunnier days. I wouldn't want it any other way. Home is with you wherever that may be.
Back here in Papillion, Nebraska, Warner Park, the site of this matchup. Today's broadcast presented by Family Fare as Union Omaha takes on Greenville Triumph in the 8th all-time Battle of the Belt. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for these two squads. We will start with Los Bujos, and it is a team that has found some success on the attacking end after struggling to score goals last year. Last in the league in goals a season ago, now 4th this year, and it's in large part due to that group up front. And today we will focus on one of those 3 players, Luis Gil. A couple of assists this season, but what you see is the chances that he has created, tied for 2nd in the league in that regard. And he's somebody that Dominic Casciato, first-year head coach for Union Omaha, says just does not get nearly enough credit. On the flip side, for Greenville Triumph, this is the lineup that John Hark sends out. It's a team that they've played 2 more matches than Union Omaha, and it's been a mixed bag for them so far this season. Get a look at this starting 11 for them, and we will focus on the man up front. Leo Castro leading the league with 4 assists this season. First-year man from Columbia. He scored a goal against Knoxville. We'll look to keep things rolling today. Those lineups brought to you by Rotella's. And here we go. Greenville Triumph, 3-5-1 on the season, sitting on 10 points. Coming off of a 2-1 loss against Knoxville. Union Omaha, 2-1-4. Both teams level with 10 points. Union Omaha, 2 games in hand compared to Greenville Triumph. Los Bujos enter today unbeaten in 4 in a row. However, just 1 win during that stretch. So just 4 points over the last, 6 points over the last 4 matches despite not having a loss. And away we go here on ESPN+. 8th all-time meeting between these 2 clubs. And an early whistle sends it down to Greenville Triumph. This is a series that the visitors lead 3-2-3 in favor of Greenville Triumph. It's a rivalry that is fierce but full of respect between the supporter groups. Rainy River Riot from Greenville, Omaha Parliament. We'll talk a little bit more about their feelings on this rivalry. Had the chance to speak with some representatives from the supporters groups about this very special matchup, the Battle of the Belt. It has been controlled by Greenville Triumph since June 28th of last year. There's a ball over the top, settled by Dolabella, and booted away. Nice early ball over the top in the opening minute of this one. And in the second minute, it will be a corner kick brought to you by Modelo, as Luis Hill heads to the corner flag. A couple of assists this season for Hill, who has 7 years of MLS experience. This corner headed out of there. Did right back in by Doyle. Headed forward. Oh, Meza tried the bicycle attempt, but it was knocked away from him before he could get a foot on it. Jared Mazzola having no troubles in net. See, J.P. Skiers was the one who actually put that goalward after Master Antonio won that header. First save of the day for Jared Mazzola. First full season with Greenville Triumph. Speaking of Greenville keepers, last week Ben Hale announced his retirement. He was injured late in the preseason. There was quite the battle between those 2 keepers as Meza lifts it off target. Will be a goal kick. John Hark said that Ben Hale actually had a slight edge in the preseason. But Jared has now taken that role. He's shown a lot of confidence to step in. And John Harks has been happy with the way that his first-year starter has played. There's Doyle. Coutinho gives chase. And it will be, well, not a throw. Takes an odd spin, stays in play. Coutinho rolls it through, central feed, and Nuhu able to corral it. We've seen some promising build-ups for both squads in the early minutes of this one. Union Omaha coming off of a 3-3 draw against Chattanooga Red Wolves. A match that Union Omaha held 3 different leads in. Dominic Casciato was, of course, understandably so frustrated with his team's inability to pick up 3 points in that one. They did show some good things. There's Liam McKinnon. McKinnon tripped up. Just outside of the box. Take a look back at this replay. Oh, he is just on the edge of the boundary. About as close as you can get without it being a penalty kick. So quite the opportunity for Greenville Triumph to get something in the board early. They scored early last match. Ended up losing 2-1 to Knoxville. It was the snapped a 27-match unbeaten streak when scoring first. It's Cavallanias who pops it central and headed away. There's Noah Pilato. And Pilato is taken down. It'll be a free kick once again for Greenville. It's been quite the resurgent season for Noah Pilato. 3 goals this year, matches a career-high goal total after battling injuries last year. And who was an all-league selection 2 years ago. Lifted ball towards Tyler Polak. And it skips out of his reach. Goal kick coming for Nuhu. Skiers through ball, a takedown, and there's our first booking of the match. It's been physical so far as expected. And Daniel Wu, the first-year pro, is shown a yellow. Yellow card brought to you by Hale Varsity Club. Wu, who was an All-American defender at Georgetown, did not get drafted in the Super Draft. The MLS level, you see that? It is as clear as it gets. Gloria Martinez has been busy so far. Launch ball from Heel, headed central, and Mazzola snags it. Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL League One and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Off the set pieces. Now Union Omaha looking to get one of their on a play. Labella chops it back, but will be out and head the opposite direction. John Hark said his team really worked a lot on just not giving up these silly fouls. Said they've been really poor defensively when it comes to defending set pieces. Just wants to see better all-around discipline from his squad today and the rest of the season. Meza. Taken off of it. Cavallanias. Oh, nice touch as he lets it roll through. Polak. Cavallanias. Stumbled, and it's taken away by Connor Doyle, the captain. There's Joe Brito, who had an assist last weekend. Brito, a low skipping strike. Takes a deflection, and it will be out for a throw. Brandon Fricke, 3-time All-League player, a little slow after taking that ball in his direction. You see Brito had some space to work with. And flung one inside the 18. And a heavy touch, but a whistle. And a free kick coming. Evan Shaw perplexed. It's Milanese, who was working along that near the corner flag. And Shaw whistled for the takedown. So will be a free kick. In swinging ball, pinballs around. Union Omaha looking for a handball. Will be a corner. Remember, this is where Greenville Triumph have struggled on defending set pieces. Last one basically just a short corner. And it's Luis Gil who will send this one in. It's a Modelo corner kick, second of the night for Union Omaha. Deflects out to Doyle, sprays it back where it came from. Here is Gil, a seasoned player. Doyle lifts it. Oh, it's a well-placed ball. Meza got a toe on it, but the offside flag is raised. Here's an opportunity for the speedy Shaft Brewer. Plays it across, Brewer's ball. Deflects back out. You can see the pace of Brewer, what he's able to do from that back line, but now a chance to counter for Greenville. Options at both sides. As Boyce works it wide. Left-footed strike, takes a deflection off of Doyle. No trouble for Nuhu. We just saw Devin Boyce get a touch on it, standing in the middle of the pitch for the visitors. He is a former Union Omaha player, 2 seasons with this club, and the last time he played on this very pitch, he lifted the League One trophy at the end of the 2021 season. In fact, he had an assist in that match as well. Polak. Here is Boyce. There is John Harks, 5th-year man in charge of Greenville Triumph. Hall of Fame soccer player, one of the all-time legends of the U.S. national team. He's the first American to compete in the English Premier League. And he has done a masterful job leading this club. Last year, the first season that Greenville did not reach the league final after reaching it in its first 3 seasons. Twice they've been matched up with Union Omaha. You win a piece for these 2 squads, one of them the default basically with COVID. Gavilanes tries to turn the corner. Just out of danger, but Polak keeps it in the attacking half. And a sloppy giveaway by Kevin Shaw. Look at the championship history between these two. 2021, Union Omaha claimed it. The year before that, Union Omaha, some players in the dressing room tested positive for COVID, and they went back to the regular season. Points per match was in favor of Greenville Triumph, so 2020 title went to the visitors from South Carolina. 2 of the high-level matches that these 2 squads have played against one another. Here is Brewer, central feed, just a heavy touch. Talk to these 2 coaches about this rivalry. Of course, John Harks, he knows it. He's been at this pitch plenty of times, and he says it's a difficult place to play. It's a tough pitch to play on. He has a lot of respect for Union Omaha. He knows it's always going to be a fight. And for Dominic Casciato, this is his first taste of the Battle of the Belt. He said how much this game means to the club and to the fans, and he said that he really worked hard to make sure that his players understand that. A nice chunk of his team have been to this event before. 10 players back from a season ago for Union Omaha. So they get it. Suahi rolls ahead. Meza lost it. Now it's Gavilanes looking to kickstart something. And just out of the reach of Liam McKinnon. There's Dolabella coming off of his first goal of the season against Chattanooga. And Gavilanes clears it away. It's Master Antonio whistled for the foul. Here's a look back at Master Antonio's challenge. Went airborne against Leo Castro. Master Antonio in his first year with Union Omaha, previously with FC Tucson. Long ball, skips just a bit past the streaking Liam McKinnon. Rashid Nuhu coming off of a 4-save performance. Did allow 3 goals in that one, but had the penalty kick save at the end, which preserved the draw for this Union Omaha squad. And that draw theme has continued from last season to this year. 4 draws this season, tied for the most in the league after leading the league with 13 draws last year. Dominic Cacheado says he feels they're close to turning those draws into 3 points more consistently. He said that Charlotte Independence match they controlled from start to finish. That should have been a win. And against Chattanooga, that should have been 3 points as well. They led on 3 separate occasions in that match on Saturday. He said the difference between the draws and picking up wins, we just have to play our brand from start to finish. Doyle elevates ahead. Oh, a distant strike! That's in! Pedro Dolabella! An absolute beauty for the Brazilian. And it's 1-0 Los Pujos in front. Dolabella eyes it up off the half volley. What a hit. And he has put his side in front. Back-to-back matches with the goal for Dolabella. And that one was absolutely gorgeous. And look at the reaction. You can see it. You can see what this means. You can see what that goal means. He was a standout at Marshall in college. Last year was a standout in MLS Next Pro, and he has opened up the scoring. That goal brought to you by Nebraska Lottery. Pedro Dolabella, his second goal in as many matches. The visitors looking to respond. Is there an answer in store? Castro, the first one to it. There's Shaw. Inside outs one to Polak. Fifth-year man with Greenville. That's Boyce, the former Union Omaha man. Wu lifts one, and it skips ahead for a goal kick. There's a look at the Omaha Parliament. Spoke earlier to representative from the group and just asked what this rivalry means to them. And they said winning the battle for the belt defines the season for us. That speaks volumes. It's a rivalry that goes back to the founding year of this club, and you see so much banter on social media between these two awesome supporter groups, the fan bases as a whole. And the belt has really gone back and forth. It has been competitive, 3-2-3 all time. Greenville Triumph leads the series. Dominic Casciato, his first time playing, coaching in this rivalry. He said he understands what it means to this club. And so far, his side is the early cushion. And a crunching challenge. This will be another card. Sawahi came in from behind. The medical crew being ushered on. And he has been shown a yellow, so Alexi Sawahi has been booked. Take another look at this. Castro holding his head. Still getting checked on. Any sort of contact to the head or neck area will get that extra medical attention. Sawahi, who was just shown a yellow. His first year at this level. And Leo Castro, who has been so good this season for Greenville. 2 goals and 4 assists. Last thing you want to see is any sort of injury. Actually been battling through one. He's been playing through it, and we'll see what's in store for him the rest of tonight. Castro, the native of Colombia. First year with Greenville after spending his last 4 years with South African powerhouse Kaiser Chiefs. And they're working a concussion test on him as we speak. And we'll keep you posted with any updates on Leo Castro, who's been instrumental to this club. Here is Gavilanes now. Gavilanes' cross. Headed away, and it will be a corner. And there is Devin Boyce. Got the assist in the title win over Greenville Triumph for Union Omaha right here at Werner Park back in 2021. In swinger, headed goalward, and there's the equalizer. Leo Castro re-enters and ties this one off the assist from Devin Boyce, and it's Boyce's first goal contribution since that assist 2 seasons ago in that 2021 title for Union Omaha. Leo Castro re-enters after being hit in the head, and he uses that head to find the back of the net. And as expected, back and forth we go in this one. third goal of the season for Castro. And it's the first assist for Boyce, who, again, it had been 550 days since he had his last goal contribution. He did it as a member of Union Omaha right here at Warner Park against Greenville Triumph in that 2021 title match. And on the opposite side of things, here's a corner coming for Luis Healing Company. Corner kick brought to you by Modelo. In swinger from Heel. It will be a throw for the home team. Here's Heel. And a takeaway can kickstart a counter. Coutinho knocked down as he got rid of it. And another card on the way. Third yellow card of the match. We saw one in Daniel Wu earlier. Alexi Sawahi just picked one up moments ago. And Marco Milanese has been booked as well. So 3 yellows in the first 25 or so minutes of this match. Bella, it's a toe on it. The goal scorer back in the 18th minute. That magnificent finish off a half volley. Doyle moves it for Brewer. Brewer whips one across, looking for Meza. And a free kick coming for Union Omaha as Doyle was tripped up. Let's see what Union Omaha elect to do here. Again, Greenville have struggled defending set pieces this season. Distant strike is hit off target by Noe Meza. Meza, the leading goal scorer for this club, 3 goals of the season, was looking for number 4. And could not quite bend it upper 90. Meza. This feed nearly taken away, but Skeers controls for the home side. One more touch to Meza. Heel for Milanese. Milanese's cross attempt blocked by Polak. Somebody who John Hark says just does not get enough recognition. He's been so consistent as a quiet leader for this club in his 5th season. Multi-time all-league selection. And has been a mainstay in the back for Greenville. Sawahi, not an ideal first touch, and it will be a throw for Greenville. So a bit of a different story today for this Triumph squad. Last couple of matches, they had the early lead. In both matches, came away with just 1 point. John Harkes talked a lot about just limiting those silly fouls, have to be more disciplined. But he did say that the early attacking success, that's been a bright spot. He says guys have started matches well on the attacking end. They talk a lot about the energy level, being focused from the get-go. But he said at times in second halves, in the early portions of the final 45, they've been a little slow to come out. He said that his team cannot afford to step off the gas pedal. There is Stephen Boyce, his first ever meeting with his former club. The assist on that corner was his first goal contribution since his final match with Union Omaha, the 2021 League One final. Meza just it down before Shaw blasts it away. Castro clipped away, another throw incoming. Nuhu races off his line. It was a skipping ball. Canada was in the area. Oh, what a lovely ball ahead. And it deflects out for a corner kick. Shaft Brewer making that run, and he was picked out to perfection. And another Modelo corner kick on the way for Los Bujos, who have been busy from the corner flag so far. Fourth corner kick of this first half. And it's once again Luis Gil who will take it. Heel towards the back post. Shaw heads it away. Doyle to knock it back where it came from. There is Heel. Dances on Polak. Slips one in towards the backside. Settled by Brito. And a goal kick coming. Fans, don't miss a minute of the action in 2023. Whether your club is on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN+, the home to the USL, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Polak, there's the interception, chips ahead. There's Dolabella. Dolabella colliding with Polak. There is Dolabella, who scored a banger of a goal back in the 18th. Back-to-back matches with the goal for the 6'4" striker from Brazil. Scored his in the 18th Minutes later, it was Leo Castro who equalized after being taken off with a concussion check. And he proceeded to head the ball into the back of the net. Eighth all-time meeting between these rivals. There is Leo Castro, who has made his impact felt in a major way in this rivalry matchup. Talked before from the Omaha Parliament side of things. Also had the chance to speak with Andrew Phillips, the president of the Reedy River Riot, earlier today. I love this line that he gave me. He said, they're the Parliament of the definition of frenemies. We respect what they're building. We love hating them. And also talk just about the rivalry on the pitch, how intense it's been, because these two clubs, year in, year out, they are at the top of the league table. And this year, the first ever matchup between these two, where both squads are below the playoff line. Ball sneaks through and is cradled by Nuhu. Sawahi lifts ahead towards Dolabella. Dolabella could not get to it. His first year with Union Omaha. He was MLS Next Pro Best of 11 a season ago with Rochester. We've seen these last couple of matches. His goal scoring ability. Big physical striker, 6'4". Here is McKinnon. Taken off of it. Linese. There's Brito. Master Antonio. Ahead to Brewer. Waits for options to streak ahead. They do! Meza let it roll through. Now it's Dolabella. Meza! Put it wide. Noe Meza, who has a knack for goal scoring, could not bury that one. Last year led this team with 9 goals, has 3 already this year. Nearly put home his 4th of the season. Put it a bit to the left. A cleat just came off. Might have been a shin guard, actually. Nonetheless, equipment flying here at Warner Park. And now a stoppage. And this will be for a shin guard retrieval. And JP Skiers is all good to go. Club's all-time appearance leader. Shaw lifts it centrally. 2 bodies at the deck. No whistle. Here's Boyce. Springs went ahead. Headed on. Oh, a nice ball to McKinnon. McKinnon cuts it back. Can't get a strike off. Now Pilato lifts it back post. It's an unmarked man. And it's off target. Castro has 1 goal already. Had a solid chance to head home his second. But we stay level at 1. See what Liam McKinnon is able to do on the ball. And then Castro. His momentum just taking him the opposite way. Could not head it home. Castro was hit in the head earlier in this one. A yellow card to Alexi Suwaki. Coutinho. Hoping for options. Mr. Antonio flicks it away. Another foul. What has been a physical first half. This time it's Noah Pilato. You see Pilato coming from behind. You'd expect nothing less between these two clubs. Bella. Heel. Maneuvers his way through traffic. Finds Brewer. Brewer slips it through. It's hauled in by Mazzola, who has been a busy man today. Already 11 shots for Union Omaha, 3 of which have been on target. That time, low cross played in by Brewer. Brought Mazzola off his line a bit. Starts with heel. Really well-placed ball to Brewer. One time is a low cross, looking for Meza. Union Omaha +9 in shots. They're at 60% possession roughly. That's what Dominic Casciato said he wants his team to look like. He wants them to dominate the ball, not just to have an advantage, but to dominate the ball. Here's Castro. Coutinho slips it through. Nice ball to McKinnon, who was offside. We left that ball from Coutinho. Feigned the shot. Instead, slipped it through to McKinnon. And he was offside. Inside the final couple of minutes of this first 45. And it's been a fun one so far. Statistics heavily skewed towards the home side. However, the only metric that matters has things level. That's been the recent history of this rivalry. Last 2 matches have been draws. Coutinho dispossessed. And then a foul. It is Boyce the culprit. And there is another booking. Boyce has been shown a yellow. And the former Union Omaha man has been booked in his old stomping grounds. Yellow card brought to you by Hale Varsity Club. Let's get a closer look at things. Just a shove from behind on Brito. Gloria Martinez, our match referee, set the tone early. There were some early yellows, and those yellows have continued. 4 yellow cards, 2 on each team. Meza wins it back. Meza slips it left. Back to Meza! And it's Polak who gets in front of it. What a tremendous defensive play by the co-captain. And that is why John Hark said he does not get enough recognition. It is plays just like that. Because Noe Meza, if it wasn't for Tyler Polak, would have had his 4th goal of the season. No doubt about it. Another corner kick coming, brought to you by Modelo. And we will have 4 minutes of added time. As Luis Gil will not take this corner kick. Check that he will from the opposite corner flag. Corner kick of the night for Union Omaha. Brought to you by Modelo. Avalanes to cycle it out of danger. Elevated ball from Brewer. Into the air by Shaw. Here's Heel. Doyle rolls one through, and another corner kick coming. This will be the 6th Modelo corner kick of this first half for Union Omaha.
That's another Union Omaha corner kick, still presented by.
Heel again steps to the flag in first half stoppage time. Corner kick brought to you by Modelo. It's Luis Gil, who has 2 assists this season. This time puts a little bit more under it. And a whistle on the backside. Here's Polak. Speeds ahead. Chips on. Headed goalward. And it's off target. Polak getting things done to the attack again as he was able to feed Castro. So the creativity of Polak there to get rid of that thing quickly. And spin a perfectly placed ball to the head of Castro. Ball towards Meza. Back by Shaw. There's Jared Mazzola. John Herc said it's all about Mazzola just getting more game experience. He's a young player. He was brought in mid-season last year but did not play. Castro, skies one, nobody in the area. Shaw lost it, comes to the foot of Dolabella. Brewer now, as numbers surge ahead for Union Omaha. Brewer, his cross, comes off of who else but Pollock. And Pilato able to clear. Perhaps one last build-up for the home side. It is not the case. That will do it for the first 45 minutes. It all started with that man, Pedro Dolabella, who put in a beautiful blast from outside of the 18 to the 18th minute to put his side in front. But just 6 minutes later, the visitors would equalize. 1-1 is the score at halftime. Union Omaha and Greenville triumph as we make our way to halftime. Brought to you by Courtyard by Marriott, La Vista Conference Center. It's always intriguing when these two rivals play. A historic pair of clubs, the 8th all-time meeting. 45 minutes in the books, 45 minutes left to play. Halftime on ESPN+.
My name is Yoskar Galvin. I'm a midfielder for Union Omaha. I mean, it was exciting because at first I really didn't think I was going to get schooling, but my mom was pressuring me, and obviously I pressured myself to get my studies done because it's really important to me and my family. So right now I'm trying to get my generals out of the way and try to figure out what I want to do. I want to get my minor, obviously, and then try to see how I want to do my master's, but that's just been my goal since I was a little kid in my parents' school, my parents' dream, and that's the dream that I want to fulfill for them. And obviously playing professional and having school is just an amazing thing. I mean, getting school for free is an amazing feat, and obviously getting it from your team and just Bellevue being so supportive. I mean, every counselor, every helper for the school has been helpful a lot, and I've been learning. My name is Yoskar, and I'm a Bellevue University student.
Bags are packed, are you ready to go? This time tomorrow we'll be on the road, riding with you in the sunnier days. I wouldn't want it any other way. Home is with you wherever that may be.
Welcome into halftime, brought to you by Courtyard by Marriott, La Vista Conference Center at one of the most unique and intimidating venues in the League Water Park. Week 10 was a fun one. Let's take a look back at the week that was in USL League One. And we start things off with the first ever meeting between the Greenville Triumph and One Knoxville in Greenville. 8th minute, you'd be hard-pressed to find a player in this league in better form than Leo Castro. Nifty little run to the box as he tucks it in, makes it 1-0. Home side in front, but 12 minutes later, set piece magic. That was real for One Knoxville. Gabriel Claudio, his first start of the season, he ties things up, and then off of a corner kick, one of the best goals we've seen this year, the standing scorpion, Seba Andreasen. He finds the back of the net. 2-1 is the final. One Knoxville victorious, despite just 2 shots for the entire match. Richmond welcomed Lexington to a jam-packed, and I mean packed, City Stadium. Scoreless for the first hour in this one, but watch this builds up. Some nifty passing across the 18, and it is the newcomer Carlton Belmar. One-timer opens up the 1-0 lead in what really amounted to a pretty convincing performance for Richmond kickers. Their lead would swell 16 minutes later. Lovely ball over the top, and then it's the rating player of the week, Joao Gamero. He makes it 2-0. One of the best newcomers in the league this season. 76th minute, his conversion. A little later on, a bit of controversy in stoppage time. You see the takedown, there's the whistle and the point to the spot. So the seasoned veteran Don Smart would make his approach. He tucks it in, but too little too late for Lexington. 2-1 is the final, despite Smart converting that late PK. Let's move on now to the undoubtedly craziest match of the night. At this point, it was already 1-0 in the match. Pedro Dolabella had a first-half goal. And then at the 53rd minute, Siobhan Marsh able to level things, 1-1, as he ties things up a little later on. Watch this finish. Alex Steinwasser, look at the movement of this ball. Whoop, as he blasts it home, and it's 2-1 Union Omaha. So second lead of the night for the visitors. We move along. Rapapa Mensah continued his remarkable start to the season. He ties things at 2, flexes the gritty as well. So 2-2 is the score at that point. but Union Omaha able to take another lead. This time it's Joe Gallardo getting into the action. He makes it 3-2 in the 74th minute. So a third lead of the match for Union Omaha. But Chattanooga Red Wolves certainly not done. Stoppage time. Alex Tejera, he ties things up. And then watch this. They have a chance to win it. A takedown inside the 18 and a chance to somehow steal 3 points. But hey, Rashid Nuhu, he's the best keeper in this league for a reason. Shows his stuff, flashes those golden gloves. And 3-3 is the final, a point apiece in a wild affair. Let's move out west. Central Valley Fuego, South Georgia Tormenta. And in the 8th minute, it's Alexi Cerritos dodging a couple of defenders in the box. Quite the finish, under some duress. He makes it 1-0. And then welcome back, Arthur Bourgeois. He tore his ACL, tore his meniscus a season ago. In his return to action, he gets on the board. What a special moment for him as he ties things at 1-1 in the 38th minute. And then some contact inside the box. Otoniel Jaramillo steps to the spot, blasts it home, makes it 2-1 Fuego in the 53rd minute. So the home team looking good at this point, but Tormenta, they're a feisty squad. They have a lot of weapons, including Tobias Odiano. He's been doing it for years in this league. He ties things up just 2 minutes later. 2-2 is the score. And now we march on to stoppage time. 90th minute +1. It's Zahir Vasquez, the winner. 3-2 is the final. Fuego victorious at home as they pick up 3 points over Tormenta. Jubilation. Great scenes out on the West Coast, and for good reason. And we move on to the final match of Week 10. It is the Dogwood Derby. Always fierce when these two North Carolina foes square off. 0-0 in the first half, but in the 47th minute, it's Olex Anderson. Gotta love those red kits for North Carolina FC. He sneaks it in and puts his team up 1-0. But as this match progressed, it would be a couple of mainstays of this club, a couple of the big guns. And it's Tresor Mbuyu on the finishing end here. It's his first goal of the season. He was so good last season, now opens up his account in 2023. And then at the 81st minute, it's the Jamaican international, Corey Bennett, heads it into the back of the net. 2-1 is the final. Charlotte Independence victorious over North Carolina FC. That's a look at Week 10 in League One. Back after this on ESPN+.
Sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way. Sometimes you feel alone, like your world is collapsing, like there's no hope. But you're not alone. Someone is there to listen, to talk, to help you up. The United Soccer League is proud to support the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, because everyone needs support.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
Busy week in USL League One. Let's recap things a little bit and look ahead. News and notes and big news in Colorado. The wait is over. Hailstorm. They'll be finally opening up Future Legends Complex this Saturday against Fuego. First home match at this brand new venue. That is going to be a fun one. And last Saturday, Joel Johnson was with Hartford Athletic last year, returns to Charlotte Independence, and now with 162 appearances, the club's all-time appearance leader. Congratulations to Joel. And how about Joao Gamero? What a season he has had, and it's really been recent success for him. They were easing him into the lineup. He's the player of the week for this past week. And here's a look at the Week 10 team of the week. How about one Knoxville? 3 players represented for one of the new squads in USL League One. You saw these highlights earlier during halftime, but here's just a recap of the week. That was a lot of really competitive matches. As you see, nothing decided by more than one goal. And of course, that 3-3 Chattanooga Union Omaha match was a classic. As an outside observer, certainly a fun one to watch, that match. Here's a look at what's to come. Tonight is the only weekday match of the week. So you have a lot of Saturday fixtures, 5 of them to be exact. All those times listed are in Central Time, and all of them can be seen right here on ESPN+. Stick with us. Halftime here in Omaha. Back after this.
I think the thing I'm most looking forward to is working with the players on a day-to-day basis and building the team. I think first and foremost it's about building a style and seeing a team that really reflects, what we want here in Omaha. So making sure that everybody is on the same page, making sure everyone works together, making sure that everyone understands their role and gives everything in every game. It's a group that's won. Right? It's an experienced group of quality players that's won. And I think you've got a nice mix of youth and experience there. Guys that know the league, guys that know what it takes to win in this league. So just really looking forward to working with them. I think the first thing is a really identifiable style. A team that plays with a clear system where anybody can come, watch the game and say, okay, I can see what they're trying to do today. I can see what the coach's ideas are. I can see the quality of the players. So I think just having that identity being really, really strong is super important. I think if you talk about on the pitch or in the changing room, you're looking at a mentality where everybody puts the team above their own needs, right? And where everybody is willing to sacrifice their own desires for what's best for the team.
Back here in Papillion, Nebraska. Happy to have all of you with us on ESPN+. 1-1 is the score through a really fun first 45 minutes. Let's take a look at the first half. That was in the 8th all-time meeting between these two clubs. And we start things off in the 2nd minute. Nearly a SportsCenter top 10 worthy goal right here. Watch number 7, Noe Meza, going for the bicycle attempt, but JP Skeers, his own teammate, got in the way, and Skeers' header is saved by Jared Mazzola. But you want to see high-quality goals? Well, there was a really high-quality goal in the 18th minute. Off a hop, the half volley, the distance strike. Jared Mazzola flat-footed in net because Pedro Dolabella just did that. His team fired up, and rightfully so, for a beauty of a goal. And then 6 minutes later, Leo Castro was hit in the back of the head by a foul that ended up being a yellow card for Alexi Sawahi. After the concussion test, he's sent back on, and he scores using his head. Able to find the back of the net off the helper from the former Union Omaha man, Devin Boyce. And that's the half that was. Our first half stats brought to you by the Simple Man. And as you see, dominated by Union Omaha. This is how Dominic Casciato wants his side to play. He wants them to dominate possession, to dominate opportunities. The metrics show they did that. 62%, 12 shots, 3 on target. However, just 1 goal. That is the score at halftime. A goal apiece. Again, our halftime stats are brought to you by the Simple Man. There is Leo Castro, who scored the goal for the visitors in the 24th minute. First season playing for Greenville. Spent his last 4 years playing for South African giant Kaiser Chiefs. Won a couple of domestic titles, a couple of continental titles as well for that South African powerhouse club. And here he is, such an experienced player. There's Pedro Dolabella. His first year with Union Omaha, he scored in the 18th minute. His side, hoping they could put home another one. This is a series that has seen its fair share of draws. In fact, the last 2 matches have been ties. 3 of the first 7 fixtures have been draws. And draws something that Union Omaha pretty familiar with. They have 4 draws this year after leading the league with 13 last year. Dominic Casciato says he feels they are close to turning those draws into 3 points. Look back to the Charlotte match, the Red Wolves match this past Saturday. So those should have been 6 points total. But they have a chance tonight to take that next step, as does Greenville Triumph. Looking to bounce back after a loss against one Knoxville. Leo Castro, now including today, 3 goals, 2 assists over his last 5.5 matches. A remarkable run of form for Castro as we get you set here in the second half of action. 45 minutes left to play in the 8th Battle of the Belt. The Belt has resided in South Carolina since June 28th of last year. This is the first meeting of this season. A couple of changes at halftime, one for each team. Joe Gallardo enters for Marco Milanese. Gallardo, who scored a goal in that 3-3 draw against Chattanooga last time out. On the flip side, it's Evan Lee in his 5th season with Greenville, reigning first-team All-League selection, who heads on for Brandon Fricke. Here's Castro, works it out wide. Bit of space to work with here. The step over from McKinnon. Trying to work towards the end line, and he lost control of it. Will be a goal kick. Pretty well defended at the tail end of that by J.P. Skiers. It was Dolabella who got the party started back in the 18th minute. Just 6 minutes later, Leo Castro responded with a header off the corner kick. So happy to have you all with us in Papillion, Nebraska. John Gross with you for a match that has lived up to the hype. Long ball for Gavilanes, and it tracks out of his reach. Hill, his feet intercepted by Polak, who has been all over the pitch defensively. Now paces towards the attacking third. McKinnon dances. McKinnon taken off of it. There's Noah Pilato now. Switches for Shaw. Gavilanes with Shaw alongside him. He feeds Shaw. Shaw's cross headed away, comes right to Gavilanes. And it will be a goal kick for Rashid Nuhu. The USL on ESPN continues as the summer heats up. Memphis 901 FC and Aaron Malloy head to the Valley of the Sun to face Manuel Arteaga and Phoenix Rising FC. It's Phoenix Rising FC and Memphis 901 FC Saturday, July 1st at 11 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Ball towards Dolabella. The lanky striker able to keep it in play along the end line. And he does win a throw for his side. Speaking of USL Championship, how about a shout out Birmingham Legion tonight. Still in the mix in US Open Cup action. We have 2 USL Championship squads to reach this round of Open Cup play. An update on that match. Birmingham playing Charlotte. 0-0 is the score, but Birmingham playing up a man. Charlotte playing down a man for the rest of this match. We'll see if Birmingham Legion can come away with a cup set. Remember what happened a season ago. Sacramento Republic marched all the way to the Open Cup final. Omaha, of course, has had its fair share of recent Open Cup success as well. Here's Dolabella. Now Brewer. Green to work with for Brewer. His cross cut away. And a throw in on the way. Meza, battle along the touchline, and it is a corner. Took a fortuitous skip off the corner flag. And a Modelo corner kick on the way, the first of this half for Union Omaha, after having 6 in the first 45 minutes. It's Heel who sends it towards the back post, and Shaw wins it in the air. Doyle pops it back in. How about corner kick number 8 on the night for Union Omaha? And major credit to Greenville. This is the area that they've struggled with. This is where John Hart said they have to be better, defending set pieces. Last week conceded 2 goals off of set pieces. Today they've been tested. No goals conceded off of set pieces. But here is the 8th corner kick brought to you by Modelo. Heels ball. Again headed out of the area. This time it's Shaw. Meza now. Turns, Meza strikes, and Meza scores! Noe Meza, his 4th of this season. He knows this rivalry, and he's put his side in front for the 2nd time today. So the initial clearance, but not deep enough. Beautiful ball to Meza, and he tucks it home. After jumping out to a 1-0 lead earlier in the Dolabella goal, it's Meza who puts his side up 2-1 in the 2nd half. The 2nd-year player for Union Omaha puts one in the 53rd minute. Goal brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery. And here comes another card. This time it's Liam McKinnon who has been shown the yellow. First-year pro after a standout career at Villanova. Yellow card brought to you by Hale Varsity Club. Took out Heel on that slide tackle. And the third-round draft pick of Nashville SC in this year's MLS Super Draft. He's the third Greenville player to receive a yellow card. So it's Noe Meza, the 53rd minute goal. He led this team in goals last year with 9. He has 4 this season. And I asked Dominic Casciato earlier in the season about Noe Meza, and he gave a quote that I just loved. He said he has that rare attribute that is always in demand for every team at every level, and that is that he can score. And Coach Casciato is absolutely correct. Here is Devin Boyce now. His feed worked the opposite way. Gallardo, the halftime substitute. Dolabella. Brewer maneuvers his way through. Brewer rolls in across. And a throw in coming. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. As Meza rolls in across, comes outside the 18, and another throw in on the way. You can also hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Dolabella comes right back to Dolabella. Lifts it to the 6. Shaw heads it down, comes to the foot of Brito. And a whistle. And the dangerous build-ups continue. That one called off, but Union Omaha continuing to threaten this back line. They have held a hefty edge in shots throughout the match. Only 13-5 edge in that category, 4-1 in shots on target, 65% possession. McKinnon works towards the end line. His cross settled by Boyce. Boyce's strike deflected out of there. Well played by Brito. Shaw lifts it towards McKinnon. Hill able to speed to it. Utilizing these narrow touch lines here in Papillion. Brito switches towards Dolabella. for Shaq Brewer. Got the nutmeg on Shaw. A couple of Greenville substitutes getting ready to enter. Jacob Lapovitz, Benton Evans. Lapovitz will enter for the goal scorer Leo Castro. Lucas Coutinho comes off in favor of Benton Evans. So the leading goal scorer for Greenville comes off, as does the leading assister. Coutinho and Castro have been dynamic in the final third for Greenville this season. Now the visitors have to find a goal without that duo on the pitch. Lapovitz was just involved in that last tie-up. Prolific goal scorer a season ago with 12 goals in his first pro year. No goals this season. They changed that tonight. The hour mark, Union Omaha, the 2-1 lead. This is the second lead they've had today. And 1-0, and now 2-1. But remember what happened last weekend against Chattanooga fans, although Union Omaha fans probably don't want to remember it. But they held 3 different leads against Chattanooga. Ended up being a 3-3 draw, and if it wasn't for the play of Rashid Nuhu saving a penalty kick in stoppage time, they would have left Chattanooga with 0 points, having lost 4-3. Instead of 3-3 draw. As Meza, who has 1 goal already, slips centrally. Meza knocks it back to Dolabella. Opens wide. It's Hill. Hill strikes. Hill off the crossbar. Passing of the utmost precision in that final third, but somehow nothing to show for it. And a scary sight for any opponent when those 3 players of that caliber are standing inside the 18, all with an opportunity to strike or knock it off to a teammate. So a break for Greenville. Brewer. And the flag is up. Let's look back at this. It deserves another look, and we'll give you one. So it starts with Meza. Knocks it back to Dolabella. And then Heel just found the crossbar. And that's what has eluded Union Omaha at times this season. That put away goal. You look last weekend against Chattanooga, if they found that extra goal to give them that 2-goal lead, they probably would have been okay. Against Charlotte, they dominated that match, could not put it away. They have 4 draws this season. This is, of course, a Greenville team oh so dangerous. Numbers work ahead for Union Omaha. Well played by Kevin Shaw. Stephen Boyce. Boyce a bit too heavy on that feed to Gavilanes. And a throw in coming. We mentioned earlier U.S. Open Cup action. Birmingham Legion, one of 2 USL Championship squads still in it. They're taking on Charlotte FC tonight. It's a 1-0 lead for the USL Championship side, Birmingham Legion. They're playing up a man. They scored at the 60th minute. Now in the 76th minute, they're looking to hold on, pull off another cup set. Long ball towards Gavilanes. Gavilanes got a touch on it, and Scares played that perfectly to knock it off. of Alan Gavilanes. Third-year man with Greenville Triumph. Been a key piece of this squad last few seasons. Gallardo tiptoes the touchline, accelerates with options on his left. Gallardo looking for Brewer. Shaw wins the header, unconvincing clearance. And now Evans is able to lift it and eventually roll it out for a throw. Meza settles. Meza slips through. Down he goes, looking for the whistle. And he won't get it. As Mazzola disposes of it quickly. Little keeper-to-keeper pass. John Harkes did tell me earlier in the week that Mazzola can strike the ball the length of the pitch, and we just saw it right there. If there's one place to see a goalie goal, it's here. It did happen a season ago, right in this very park. And a tie-up results in a free kick. Here's Jacob Labovitz. Can he be the difference maker? He was superb a season ago with 12 goals in his first professional season. Has yet to score this year. Now in his 9th appearance. 6th time coming on as a substitute. Standout at Virginia Tech, all ACC player after starting his career at Fairleigh Dickinson. Here's Hill. Gallardo, watched by the lockdown defender Polak. And Polak does come in with a challenge. And he is holding that right leg. Union Omaha fans pleading for a foul. Polak has just been so good defensively today, and of course throughout his career. Take a look back at this. Suwahi. Nice challenge by Boyce. As Lee comes away with it for the visitors. Searching for that equalizer. And trying to do it with Leo Castro and Lucas Coutinho, both on the bench after having been subbed out earlier in this half. Oh, lovely ball from Mazzola. Be kept in, and it can. Evans battles along the end line. And there's the whistle. Brendan Evans and Chef Brewer. Evans, who just checked on moments ago, native of Jamaica. Made some appearances for the Jamaican U22 squad. Kind of a handful of players in this match with experience for their respective national team. You get a guy like Alexis Souahi, who was born in France, but last summer received his first cap with the Comoros national team of the African Cup of Nations. Heel launches ahead. It's a great ball to Meza, who settles, strikes, and finishes for his second. Noe Meza has a brace for Los Bujos. Too clean, and he puts the side up by 2. A bit of breathing room in the 70th minute, and it all started with a marvelous ball from Hill, and Meza just so clean with it. Clinical finish. He makes it look so easy when he does that. His second goal of the match, his 5th of the season. His second goal in 17 minutes, in fact. Goal brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery. Noe Meza, he's been tonight's big winner, that's for sure. A couple of goals for him. The Omaha Parliament and Company in attendance. You can sense it inside 20 minutes. In this rivalry matchup. The Battle of the Belts. That big green belt, which is so sought after, so desired by both fan bases, by both clubs. It has been in control of Greenville since June 28th of last year. Can change if the final 19 minutes go the way that much of this match has. But ample time for Greenville to fight back and make things very interesting down the stretch. Here's Brito. Bella playing a bit more in a holding midfield spot other than striker where we saw him earlier. Here's Meza, who has 2 goals this far. Meza trying to slice through Polak, and that is whistled for the shove of Polak. See Meza trying to create something. And extends that left hand, that left forearm into the back of Polak. There's Gavilanes now. Souahi marking him. Gavilanes goes down. Souahi whistled. He has a yellow card already. This is very close. Is it inside the 18? And it is. It will be a penalty kick. And a yellow card has been shown. Rashid Nuhu has been booked. And there is the foul against Souahi. So how about this? It's Devin Boyce, the former Union Omaha man who won a trophy in this very building. An all-league player for Los Bujos back in the day. In his grand return, he scores the Panenka Greenville triumph right back in this one. Oh, it's beautiful. It's his first goal since that semifinal match back in 2021. And Rashid Nuhu, who saved a penalty kick in stoppage time last week, cannot turn away Devin Boyce, who has a goal and an assist. What a return to Omaha for Devin Boyce. And a change for Dominic Casciato's squad. Alex Steinwasser has entered for Noe Meza. So Noe Meza exits with a brace. Steinwasser scored last week against Chattanooga. Zola skies it deep. Sawahi wins it in the air. Gallardo now. First touch for Steinwasser. Back towards Gallardo. Gallardo tries to muscle his way around Lee. And a giveaway in the midfield. Gavilanes picks out his man. It's a ball over the top, a volley, and an equalizer. Jacob Labovitz, his first of the season. What a moment, and what a response by Greenville Triumph. From 3-1 down to 3-3 level in a matter of moments. A glorious ball over the top, and Labovitz catches Nuhu well off his line. What a rally. Never count out this Greenville Triumph squad. 76-minute goal by Labovitz. In a span of 2 minutes. We are level at 3. And once again, Union Omaha struggling to close out a match. Last week on Saturday in Chattanooga, had a 1-0 lead, a 2-1 lead, a 3-2 lead. Ended up being a 3-3 draw. Now after leading 3-1, it is suddenly, in a matter of minutes, 3-3. You'd expect nothing less. It's the battle of the belts. It's two historic clubs in this league. And we are level in the latter stages of this rivalry matchup. Jacob Labovitz, he's for a long toss. Nuhu comes off his line, able to fist it away. Steinwasser unable to control. Here's Shaw now. Shaw, Labovitz got rid of it. Not the best feed. And now off a half volley. It's off target. Not super threatening. You have to appreciate the ambitious effort, the way that they've rallied back in this one. Found some confidence down the stretch. 3-3 is the scoreline. Let's give you a recap. Dolabella in the 18th, Mesa in the 53rd and 70th. Castro and Boyce and Labovitz, that trio getting goals in. See Labovitz helping out. Shaw up to his feet. Shaw made a 7th start today. We talked earlier about players having national team experience. Kevin Shaw has been called up to the Jamaican national team 6 times. Thrusted into this back line for Greenville after a couple of seasons in Tucson. Here's Gallardo looking for heel, and Mazzola is on it. Inside the final 10 minutes, what has been a seesaw affair. Here's Venton Evans looking to give Greenville its first lead of the night. Boyce, he's been the key piece. Back at his old stomping grounds, a goal and an assist for him. He's won his side a corner kick. Just the 2nd corner of the night, compared to 8 for Union Omaha, and it's Boyce to take it. Remember what happened to the other corner kick? It was a goal. It was Leo Castro who headed it home off the in-swinging ball from the man on your screen, Devin Boyce. And Boyce and company repeat history. Towards the back post. Gallardo hands it in the air. Gavilanes, a low strike! Nuhu, great awareness. Gavilanes nearly gave his side a 4-3 lead. At times today, both teams have struggled to clear off of corners. And Gavilanes, a very well hit ball, will now stand at the corner flag. 3rd corner of the night for the visitors. Gavilanes' ball, handed away. Lee shanked it. Here's Evans. In a precarious spot. And is able to work it off of Suwahi for another corner. Devin Boyce, a goal and an assist. That was whistled before he kicked it. Master Antonio and Labovitz getting a talking to. Still Boyce at the corner flag. In swinger, Nuhu fists it away. Perhaps in the makings of an Olympico. Union Omaha making a change. Ron Casciato sends on the towering striker, Steven Dos Santos from Cape Verde at 6'4", a proven goal scorer in his first season with Union Omaha. Scored 69 goals in the USL Championship across 4 different clubs. And he heads on for Luis Gil. Here's Brewer. Shaw, who was down just minutes ago, getting stretched out again on the turf. Now in some serious pain, it seems. This time it seemed to perhaps be cramps. This is a little bit more serious. Watch Shaw on that right leg. He came into that tackle. Shaw in some serious pain. Mitchell Gordon, the athletic trainer, working that right leg. Shaw will be replaced by the man you see on the left side of your screen, Nate Schultz. Former LA Galaxy draft pick who spent a couple of seasons with Galaxy 2. He'll head on for his 6th appearance. Mitchell Gordon helping Kevin Shaw to his feet. We send Tevin our absolute best. And the last thing you want to see in a match like this. Kevin Shaw comes off, replaced by Nate Schultz. Again, our best to Tevin Shaw. He's been a routine starter this year for Greenville, was a starter last year for FC Tucson. It's Nate Schultz who replaces him. Schultz in his 2nd season with Greenville. He was actually signed in the lead up to last year's home opener after joining on a trial late in the preseason. Proved his worth, and here he is in year 2. Has an early touch on it. Brewer, central feed, nearly controlled by Dos Santos. Instead cleared away. Final few minutes of this battle of the belt. Series that Greenville lead, 3-2-3 all time. It was 3-1 Union Omaha, now it's 3-3. And Gallardo's strike is knocked away by Mazzola. You get the sense the drama is not finished. Nice header directed perfectly to Gallardo. A well-hit ball off a couple of hops. As we approach the waning moments of this one. I'd imagine we'll see a fair amount of stoppage time. The USL is committed to caring for the mental health of our players, fans, and communities. The Need Support campaign includes a partnership with the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, a free, confidential support line for anyone having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health crisis. If you need support, please call or text 988. Once again, that is 988 if you need support. Steinwasher, that's Brito. Gallardo taken off of it, now it's Evans. Evans surges ahead. He just crossed the touchline. And it was probably about 10 yards beyond where he should have thrown that ball in from. Final minute of this one. Last two meetings in this series have been draws. Pass intended for Brewer. Intercepted by Schultz. Five minutes of added time. So plenty of soccer left to be played. Stephen Dos Santos somehow stays on it. And then it's given away. Here's Liam McKinnon. Knocks it ahead to Labovitz. One goal already for Labovitz. Came on as a sub and scored his first goal of the season. And a gorgeous volley from outside the 18. Brewer curls it across. Schultz works to clear, and he does just that. Steinwasser now dances, knocks it across, a distant strike, and Mazzola turns it away. Dolabella was searching for his second, and Jared Mazzola just made one of the biggest saves of his young professional career. Corner kick number 9 for Union Omaha. It's a Modelo corner kick, and it's Gallardo to take it. Master Antonio got a toe on it, and it's Gavilanes who leaves it off for Venton Evans. Evans, a foot race. Gavilanes alongside him. Evans takes a deflection. Brewer well played on the defensive side. Hassan Gabo ready to enter. He'll head on for Alan Gavilanes. Gabo in his first season with this club, the 19-year-olds, whose cousins, former Greenville Triumph players Omar and Abdi Mohammed, trained him at their soccer academy back in Gabo's native Somalia. So carrying on the family legacy of his cousins Omar and Abdi Mohammed with Greenville Triumph. Did not play in the last 3 matches. He's on for the 3rd time this season. Can he be the difference in the final few minutes? Mr. Antonio lifts long. Brewer looking for Dos Santos. It's back to Brewer. Brewer curls it across. Header won by Lee. Skier's a bit heavy on the feed. And it is Gabo who rolls it out. It will be a throw for Greenville. Greenville Triumph. We're down 3-1. Scored 2 goals in a span of 2 minutes, 74th and 76th. Brewer punches one up. Boyce, unconvincing clearance. Gabo now heads it. Stays with the home side. And Schultz able to knock it long. Labovitz battling with Suwahi. And Labovitz whistled for the foul. Dos Santos boxes out Gabo. Flicks it back. Here's Gallardo. Tees up across. Gallardo's ball is headed goalward and is snagged. And that's the final whistle. Before we reached 5 minutes of stoppage time. So 3-3 is the final score. And Union Omaha moves to 2-1-5. It's league high 5th draw of the season. It was a 3-1 lead for them. And ended up being 3-3 the final. Noe Meza, man of our match, brought to you by Platinum Chiropractic. Who else could we pick? What a performance by him. A brace for Meza as he adds to his goal total this season. Now 5 on the year. And on the flip side, there's Devin Boyce. What a return to Omaha. A goal and an assist. He had gone all of last season in the USL Championship without a goal contribution. In fact, his last goal contribution was at this very pitch for Union Omaha against Greenville Triumph in the 2021 final match. 3-3 is the final here. Stick with us. We'll put a bow on things after this. What a 90 minutes in Papillion, Nebraska.
My name is Connor Doyle, and I'm a midfielder with Union Omaha. I was excited. It was obviously not a big reason why I came here, but Jay mentioned it as being a possibility of once joining the team, it was going to be a partnership with the club, and getting towards the end of my career, it was obviously a thing that I wanted to look towards finishing my degree, and so with the chance of getting a scholarship and kind of getting those things paid for, it was definitely pretty exciting and special. Like I said, I'm kind of nearing the end of my career in the next few years, and so it's kind of looking forward to that next step in life, and degrees go a big way in helping people make those next steps, so it's kind of the reason why I decided to finally get back into it. It's a big deal, because you know, there's guys like Yoskar who have the chance to kind of go pro at 18, but also you could go to a college and get a 4-year degree and maybe have a scholarship that way, but this gets things paid for, and he can be in a professional environment from a young age and learn. And so I think that's a big deal in terms of getting guys up through kind of the academy and stuff, and you can still promise them a degree and an education along with being in a professional environment. My name is Connor Doyle, and I am a Bellevue University student.
Well, for the third consecutive match between these two rivals, we have a draw. 3-3 is the score. That means the Belt will stay in Greenville, by the way, since they picked up the last win back in June of last year. There's Noe Meza, center of your screen. He had a brace today. He was our Platinum Chiropractic and Wellness man of the match. He did his part. Union Omaha jumped down to the 3-1 lead, but as you see, the score is 3-3, and let's show you exactly how it happened. 8th meeting in the Battle of the Belts. We start things off, 18th minute. How about this strike? One of many high-quality goals that we saw today. Pedro Dolabella, back-to-back matches with a goal. He spins it past Jared Mazzola. You could just stand and watch. But 6 minutes later, there's a response, and it started here. Leo Castro was hit in the back of the head, went through the concussion testing. They put him back in, and the ensuing play, he heads in a corner kick. Off the in-swinger from Devin Boyce and his return to Omaha. Remember that name, Devin Boyce. 53rd minute. Set pieces, they have really killed this Greenville Triumph team as of late. They worked a lot on it. They initially clear it, but it comes right back to Meza. He tucks it in. His 4th goal of the season, first of the day, but he wasn't done. Just a clinical finish for Meza. Puts Union Omaha up 2-1, so the second lead of the match for them. At the end of the 70th minute, the home side looking for that goal to put things away, and it's Meza. Watch this move. So cool, so collected, just so chill with it. He makes it look so easy. And that is not easy. As he puts it past Mazzola. The initial touch to control, to settle, and then to chuck it past the keeper. He puts his team up 3-1 in a really good spot, but at the 74th minute, things change. It's Alexei Sawahi who commits the foul on Gavilanes, and then the former Buho, Devin Boyce. Welcome back to Papillion, Nebraska. What a finish. The assist in the first half, the PK conversion, goal and an assist for him. Still 3-2 Union Omaha, but just 2 minutes later, Alan Gavilanes lifts one over the top to Labovitz, who volleys it past Nuhu off his line. What a finish and what a way to open up the account in 2023 for a prolific goal scorer in Jacob Labovitz. And that is all she wrote. What a match. Our full-time stats brought to you by the Simple Man. 3-3 is the final score. And another match in which Union Omaha dominates the metrics, controlling things in possession, 65%. Dominant in shots on target as well, but the final score, 3-3. Now, one note not on here, the XG, 1.33 for Greenville, just 0.91 for Union Omaha. Well, our final score, 3-3, brought to you by Midwest Dairy Association, and what a 90 minutes it was. It's a great rivalry. It lived up to the hype, and for the 3rd consecutive matchup, it is a draw. And that means the Big Green Belt stays right where it is in Greenville, South Carolina. Big thanks to all of you for joining us, for our entire phenomenal crew. I'm John Gross, saying so long from Papillion, Nebraska. This has been League One on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.